행사 전에 저희가 잠깐 몇 가지 말씀드리고 행사 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 화면에 보시면 나와 있는데요. 저희가 오늘 발표하시는 분들의 강연 자료를 인쇄물로 하지 않고 저희가 구글 드라이브에 올려놨습니다. 그 구글 드라이브에 접속하시는 방법을 앞에 나와 있는데요. 한 번 더 말씀드리도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 카카오톡을 열어서 그다음 그 채팅 카테고리에 들어가시면 됩니다. 여러분께서 이제 채팅 주고받은 그 화면에서 그 오른쪽 하단에 보시면 그 노란색 플러스 한 개 있어요. 거기를 눌러 보시면 세 가지가 뜨는데 그 중에서 오픈 채팅을 누르시면 됩니다. 채팅하는 곳에 들어가셔서 우측 하단에 십자가 모양의 노란색을 눌러주시면 저렇게 세 가지가 뜹니다. 그래서 오픈 채팅을 눌러주시면 되고요. 그 다음에 그 오른쪽 화면 보시면 그 위에 검색어로 아시아 투어라고 검색을 하시면 저희 오픈 채팅방이 등장합니다. 네, 채팅방에 들어가셔서 오픈 채팅방 접속하셔서 그 검색어에 아시아 투어라고 검색하시면 됩니다. 그러면 위에 저희가 방을 만들었는데요. 아시아 블록체인 투어 앳 서울을 만들어놨고 거기에다가 저희가 오늘 발표 자료들을 저희 공유를 해놓았습니다. 네, 그리고 또 한 가지 말씀드릴 거는 저희 오늘 동시 통역이 진행될 예정이어서 통역 리시버가 없으신 분들은 저희가 로비에서 지금 나눠드리고 있거든요. 그래서 리시버 받으셔서 채널 1번이 기본 채널인데요. 영어를 한글로 번역해드리는 채널입니다. 그래서 1번 채널 맞춰주시면 될 것 같습니다. 네. 네. 행사 전에 저희가 잠깐 오늘 행사가 어떤 행사인지 잠시 말씀드리고 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 이번 행사는 다양한 블록체인 프로젝트가 모여 관련 분야에 대한 지식을 서로 공유하고 또한 그런 저변을 확대하기 위한 아시아 각국을 순회하는 그런 투어 프로그램입니다. 이를 통해서 전 세계 유망한 블록체인 관련 프로젝트과 또 혁신적인 패러다임을 소개를 해드려서 이를 통해서 참석하시는 분들께 그런 것을 공유할 예정입니다. 오늘 주제 발표는 총 5팀이 하는데요. 잠깐 제가 말씀드리도록 하겠습니다. 첫 번째로는 비즈니스와 스타트업을 위한 새로운 기회인 블록체인의 발표를 맡아주실 로켓 ICO 팀이 있고요. 두 번째로는 VR 세계, 또 블록체인을 만나다라는 주제로 오리진템에서 발표를 해주시도록 하겠습니다. 세 번째는 블록체인 상거래 새로운 충성 고객 DNA라는 주제로 발표를 해주실 거고, 또한 네 번째로는 단순화의 시대라는 주제로 발표를 해주실 예정입니다. 마지막으로는 블록체인 교육의 유용성이라는 주제로 발표가 진행될 예정입니다. 네, 첫 번째로는 그러면 비즈니스와 스타트업을 위한 새로운 기회인 블록체인의 주제로 로켓 ICO에서 발표 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 박수로 봐주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Hello everyone, my name is Sasha. I represent Rocket ICO project. We are based in Minsk, Belarus. Belarus is the country which has just legalized all the crypto-connected things in our country. But I will tell you about it a little bit later. Now I will tell you about how blockchain technology will change startup and business industries. But let's start from the history of internet, because we believe that there are a lot of common things that have happened in internet 20 years ago are happening now in blockchain industry. For example, 20 years ago there were a lot of companies which used to raise a lot of money for their projects. Some domain names at .com boom time could cost hundreds of thousands US. So it was a big bubble. But at the same time, there were born such companies like Google, Amazon, PayPal, and Facebook later. So those were unicorns of new era. So we think that the same things happen in blockchain industry now as well. And that gives us a good opportunity to become shareholders of those companies on the very early stage. So blockchain today, it's not only some tokens, it's also implementation of smart contracts in the governmental sector, as well as tokenization of some valuable things, and as well as ICO as a method of getting funds for startups in a very easy way. So all these new things that blockchain brings to us, we decided to unite them in one platform, which is called Rocket ICO. As well, with smart contracts and ICO, we are building a social media platform which works on the principles of DAO, of decentralized autonomous organization. So we believe that making all these components together is a new era for startup industry, because in this case we have new economy, token economy inside these organizations, as well as new rules which they bring inside. So let's continue and see how the platform works. First, some user of the platform proposes an idea to the community. If the idea is good, then community supports it. There are some people who can support it with funds. There are some people who can support it with their expertise and help project to grow. So that means that if idea is approved, then project can be started. And ICO process can be started as well, like raising funds for the project. But there is one big problem today in ICO industry. The problem is that some companies which have only an idea but don't have any working model, don't have any product, they collect big money, like millions of dollars, only for the idea. And if this idea doesn't work in the future, people who backed this idea, they will lose a lot. So at the same time, in venture capital, there is a round system, which may be widely known to you. The round system consists of 4 rounds. It's pre-seed, seed, A round, A, B round. For example, if there is some project that has no product but have only an idea, in this case, this project goes to the first round. It gets small part of funds during the first round of ICO. It uses these funds to develop prototype of the product. So if it develops this prototype, that means that this project can go to the next stage and build product and get funding for it. If product is built and it works, that means this project has proved that it can deliver its idea, and it can go to the next round to build community, to get more users, and to scale, to be global. So in this case, if the project is weak or it's a scam project, for example, it will be cut on the first stage. And that means that investors, backers of this project won't lose a lot of money. So this system is widely used in venture capital, and it was proven for the many years. So that's why we think it's a good idea to use it in ICO and in crypto world as well. So now let's see how it works. When project gets funds for its start, and ICO ends and it is successful, project gives 5% back to the community in collected funds and in own tokens. We distribute these tokens of the project among the community inside Rocket ICO platform community, because we want all the members of community to be interested in doing good projects. So that's how they get rewarded for it. And this is where our token can be used. It is a utility token which gives you access to built-in tools of the platform. It can help you to get tokens of other ICOs on the very early stage, as well as get some bonuses on the ICOs which are conducted on the platform. And of course, a very, very important thing is rating, because our platform is decentralized autonomous organization, and this organization needs to make decisions inside it with members. So voting is very important part of Rocket ICO DAO. That all means that we can build really interesting and new business models in Startup Accelerator, which is we call decentralized startup accelerator based on DAO principles. So that is what Rocket ICO about. These are the main points of the platform. It's blockchain technology, tokenization, communities with ranking system, and collaborations with smart contracts. So, and another thing that we are happy about is that crypto community has supported our idea. About months ago, Vitalik Buterin, the founder, one of the founders of Ethereum platform, Ethereum tokens, he delivered his idea of the ICO, which he called DAICO, which stands for DAO ICO. His idea is very close to us. The idea is that DAO, the organization, should give money only in the time when project shows its traction, when it delivers something. So, and we are very happy that we had this idea 4 months before him. So, and it's very happy for us that we are supported by such a such a big man in blockchain community. And the last thing I wanted to tell you about Belarus. We are based in the country which recently has legalized all crypto-related things, like tokens, like ICOs, like exchanges, smart contracts implementation as well planned. So, and it is tax-free for 5 years. So Belarus today is a very, very good place to start a blockchain project. And we are very lucky to be situated in Belarus. So all these things together makes us believe that we are in the right place with the right idea, and that our project will grow. So we want to welcome you in our project. If you are interested in our idea, if you have the same thoughts as us, please visit our website, become part of our DAO, and let's change world together. Thank you very much.
네, 질문 2개 정도만 받고 또 다음 프로젝트 소개하도록 하겠습니다. 질문 해주시면 감사하겠습니다.
로켓 ICO가 뭐 솔루션을 가지고 이 ICO를 지원해 주는 건지 아니면은 저희가 그냥 컨설팅을 받는 건지
Yeah, we have a solution. Our solution is like we actually at the moment we are making our building our community. As well as we are developing the platform, some parts of it. So the solution is not delivered yet, but I think in the beginning of summer, the first part will be already delivered. So the solution will come soon. Just follow the news on the website.
네, 질문 하나 더 받도록 하겠습니다.
이더리움 기반의 이더리움이나 비트코인이나 뭐 키오스처럼 플랫폼 또 다른 플랫폼을 만드는 것인지 아니면 이런 기반에서 응용 애플리케이션을 가지는 건지 확실하게 물어봅니다.
Yeah, it's not another platform like Ethereum or EOS. It's just a community of people. So we are building a community which is autonomous and decentralized, which can work together and create new projects. So it's not about like building a new blockchain. It's about connecting people who want to make new projects. Maybe one of those projects will be another whale, another unicorn like Google, you know, and it can be started at our platform in the future, maybe. But we really hope that it will be like this. Okay, thank you very much. I'll be somewhere around. If you have any questions, we can talk in person. Thank you.
네, 두 번째 세션으로는 VR과 블록체인에 대한 주제입니다. 두 번째로는 마크 스페이스에서 발표하도록 하겠습니다. 박수로 부탁드리겠습니다.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Seoul. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick today, but I have a good mood. My mood is better than Bitcoin today and Ethereum also. I can tell you why, because we are now in the main stage of our ICO, and you know, 3 days ago we raised $9 million. Today I checked the statistics and I see it's $6.5 million. I'm a little bit disappointed. But we still have 4 weeks to finish our token sale, so I hope everything will be okay and the market will recover fast. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Dennis. I'm a co-founder of Markspace platform. We are an IT development team. Our headquarters based in Moscow. But we moved our company now in Singapore because in Singapore it's better now to build a company which is involved in crypto, because in Singapore there is a legal field and in Russia we don't have. Now we're expanding Asian market. 2 weeks ago we launched our office in Tokyo because we started our roadshow in Asia from Tokyo and we had a big success there. So we are here for the second time I came to Seoul because now we already have good partners here, big interest to our project. Already a lot of investors come and put some Ethereum and their Bitcoins change to our tokens. So let me introduce what we did. For the last 3 years with a half, we have passed a long way. We were developing a special platform where everyone can create very fast and very easy their own 3D and VR compatible website. So Markspace, the first, is the virtual constructor where everyone can build the 3D VR compatible website. It's absolutely a new kind of instrument for content creators. But let me first tell you. Let me first tell you some issues about VR industry. Yeah, I think that a lot of you know that VR industry is rather complicated and it's difficult way of evolution of VR. Why? Because to produce VR content, you need the special teams. To consume VR content, you always need special VR glasses. Yes, you need powerful computer or powerful gadget to run VR applications, VR content. So all these issues and others also that you see now on this slide shows us that it's rather complicated industry. And we understood that 4 years ago, and we understand that we should create a platform which is 3D and VR compatible. It's very important because to run our applications, to run our websites, to build them, you don't need to use special equipment. You don't need to be a specialist coder. You know, you can be just normal people who don't know how to code or create special content. That's why, understanding that, we created Markspace. But also, I can tell you that for the last 5 years, VR industry is changing and rather fast. For example, now we have in our pockets, you know, powerful gadgets, yes, with high-speed core, with big memory like 8 gigabytes is okay now, yes. Invention of VR technology is, let me see, maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, it's absolutely new technology. So all these things helps us now to develop our platform also. But the main idea is that now it is a new era. I call it crowd generation content era. What I mean? I mean that now people started to produce content by themselves. The best example is YouTube, you know. For example, me, I don't watch TV anymore for maybe 6 years. Why? Because I go to YouTube and I can find there any content that I want, high quality content. And this content is produced by people, for people. So we don't use big telecommunication companies. Yeah, we just make content for each other. And people who create the content, they receive money. Yeah, they sell advertising for big brands. They become, some of them become stars, you know. Another example is Airbnb. So this is the enemy for big hotel networks, yes, like Marriott or Hyatt, because people started to share their apartments to other people also. Yeah, so we are accepting big providers, big companies. So people for people. Another thing, eBay. Yeah. Private persons from all over the world, they come to China, they buy maybe 10,000 pieces of some product, they bring to their country and they sell on eBay. Yeah, they do it against the big sellers, yes, big chains, exporters. So it's a trend when people do something by themselves and do it in a quite good way. Yeah. Another thing, Instagram. In the beginning, nobody believes that Instagram will become, you know, one of the biggest marketing platforms in the world. It was just an application to make photos and put some filters. Yeah, and now people are producing content there, short videos, funny videos, sexy photos, you know, and other people consume this content and they pay. And brands are coming now to these platforms and pay a lot of money to promote their goods, services. So adult industry is the same example. And also, we are now living in outsourcing and freelance era. Today is absolutely normal when you come to the office of the company and there are maybe 10 or 15 people and 50 people are somewhere in other countries, you know. They are working remotely. They need just a laptop, that's it. Because we are all now in digital world, yeah? So we understand these global trends, also the issues of VR industry, and created Markspace. Please, video, yeah, the first video, just catch an idea. I'm sorry it's not in Korean, I forgot to translate. I hope you will understand.
Markspace is the world's first platform aimed to create 3D and VR compatible websites, or so-called units, which are the platform's basic dimension units. It's a virtual universe, operating a handy and easy-to-use constructor for 3D and VR websites. With Markspace technology, no programming skills are needed anymore. You are now able to create an easy-to-use and unique resource website, which works in any browser without pre-installation and registration, and with a design adapted to any device. Consequently, MarkSpace suits both large companies, brands, and individual users who can cooperate and join different communities, create their own 3D and VR content. They can optimize remote work, socialize with other users, create content, and even earn from system maintenance through development and promotion of the platform. Virtual units created in the system form the platform and expand the MarkSpace universe. The project already has a working prototype, a real product where many famous brands already have a residence in the system or are going to open a shop or office after the platform's crowd sale. The virtual world of MarkSpace carries all features of real life and is built after the real-world economy. The MRK token will be further implemented within its own blockchain and is to become a full value currency. The MarkSpace crowd sale will be held from the 23rd of January to the 28th of February, where you will be able to buy an MRK token following its initial cost and also enjoy various benefits. This is a reminder that all crowd sale participants will get a free residency unit. MarkSpace will become available and turn to a substantial virtual space identical to the real world, removing barriers and distances between people. The development of the new and existing locations will give vast opportunities for business, daily communication, work, shopping, and entertainment. Don't forget, the possibilities are limited only by your own imagination.
Thank you. So I hope you got an idea what is MarkSpace, but it was said there that we have a working prototype. Let's check the second video. The video that you will see now, there's no voice. This is what you see in your browser, like Google Chrome, Safari, or Mozilla. You go and just type the address of any website in our platform. For example, Jaguar Land Rover. This is our real partner. They now building their virtual store, virtual showroom. They will sell the cars here, promote cars, communicate with the audience of Jaguar Land Rover Group. This is a shopping area. So here you can visit the website in 3D and VR. You can buy different clothes, shoes. You can also communicate with sales manager. For example, here is a Loro Piana shop, and one important thing that we give for fashion e-commerce is avatars, because you can create your own avatar with your measures, and you can try on different clothes. Yeah, you can put jeans from Dolce & Gabbana and t-shirt from Prada and shoes from Gucci to understand how it fits, how it looks together, and share this photo, for example, in Facebook. But the main idea, of course, that you can buy and we will bring you, because it's marketplace of brands. They can occupy different units, different positions. This is another case. This is the virtual office. So these guys already done their ICO in the summer, last summer. So they digitalize their office. They make the panorama, upload to our platform, and then they fill it with the content. There is a video about their team. So this is another kind of unit of the website. Is there a residence, personal residence, like alternative to your Facebook page. You can share any kind of content, your hobbies here, videos from YouTube, photos from Instagram, or text, music. You can stream, you can chat with your friends, you can also communicate with them by voice, because we have P2P communication engine. All avatars, all users of our platform, they can communicate by voice. This is a community of Iron Man, Tony Stark. So this is a space where fans of Tony Stark and Iron Man, they can discuss news about the Marvel universe, for example, and also they can create new content and sell surfaces to different brands like Coca-Cola, because they have a community, they have a lot of people. Like in YouTube, when you have a successful channel, big brands come to you and ask you to promote their goods, their services, like pre-rolls, So this was Warcraft gaming. So this is how works our visual constructor. I told you before, it's rather easy to build a unit with our platform, to build such 3D and VR compatible website. Yes, so You see just a few buttons and the browser you need, and you can choose different floors, ceiling, then you fill it with the furniture, electronics, and then you link different data to your website. So it's the platform, the Marketplace platform is absolutely unique. There is no competitor now. I hope we have advanced maybe 4 years, because it's rather complicated to build something like this user-friendly. So everyone now can try our virtual constructor and our website. They can visit our demo on our website. They can see also our roadmap when the platform will be launched. We have a lot of partners from fashion e-commerce, from car manufacturing. I hope one very good brand also will come soon. This brand is well known, also more than Jaguar Land Rover. It's auto brand. I hope we'll announce in 2 weeks, but I cannot tell you now. So this is how it works. This video shows our prototype, I think, in a good way. Let's finish. I think that yes, this is what you can see in our platform now. Yeah. So this is the main solutions of what Marketplace gives to the world. Yeah. So it's a next generation internet, because because all units are websites. They are independent because they have their own domain, but at the same time they all are united in one big universe. That's why we call it new generation internet. We don't say that our platform is better than existing internet. Yes, but it's different. So let me explain a little bit our architecture. This is the simple, typical floor in the Marketplace. We have a lot of such floors. There are a lot of units, and now you have chance to book your unit. It can be a commercial unit or office unit. If you participate in our crowd sale, you receive not only tokens, you receive property, virtual property. So this is a very interesting difference between us and some other ICOs, because we provide like hard fork, in the beginning, because we give you two assets, coin and also property. So this is also a description of the unit. So it's HTML5 front end, so you can implement any kind of content that you want. If you are the company, you can open the code and implement your solutions also. If our virtual construct is content creators, so people who can create the content, like YouTube bloggers, yes, it can be creative people, photographers, musicians, journalists, sportsmen, photographers, people who are, have a lot of energy and can create the content, share this content, high quality content with other people. Communities, different kind of communities, because we have very wide instruments for them to share their content with other people. For the people who work remotely, because, for example, you have a company based in South Korea, but you are interested in, for example, Latin American market, yes, but you don't know anyone there. But to work there, you need local people, native speakers, yes. You create your office, you share it also for Latin America, and you can hire people through our platform, native speakers, who will work in your virtual office. They will create the avatars and serve your clients, exchange documents, receive payments, it doesn't matter, or sell your products. So you don't need to go there. Yeah. So, and of course, all people, they can be our users. They can buy, they can receive services, yeah, they can use, they can consume entertainment content. Miners, why miners? Because they can support our platform. We have big fund, a token fund, which is frozen for miners, who will support our platform. How they can support it? First, they will make renders. If you saw, we have a lot of renders, thousands of renders. So we need strong and powerful GPU capacity, who has a lot of GPUs. Of course, the miners who now mine Ethereum or Zcash, yes, they can use their farms to do something useful, do renders for us, for our clients, for our audience, and receive our coins. Also, now we are developing decentralized storage, and they can keep data, store data, because there are tons of data, terabytes, thousands of terabytes of data, and also receive coins. And of course, support super nodes of our transaction engine, and also mine our coins. This is how our avatars will look like. As you saw in the video, in our presentation, we are resembling real life. We are creating the platform not like, which looks like not a game, yes, like a real life. So people and avatars not looks like cartoon heroes, yes, they look like real people. And functionality also like in life, so you can communicate by voice, as I said you before, so it's important. This is some technologies that we use to create our platform. Maybe some of you are high skilled in coding, and then maybe interesting for you, maybe not. The main question, why we use blockchain, of course. You see, we need to come back to this slide. Yes. Blockchain is the most safest database now. Yes, for now, for sure. And why we need it? For example, now you book 1 unit or 2 units in the system, but these units, they have their own address in the system. They have neighbors. Yes, it's a position, and it's very important to keep your property rights in a very safety database, because today price of the unit $100, for example, yeah. But in half of the year, or in 1 year, the price of the unit will go up. Why? Because you have neighbors. Neighbors, they attract audience, and this audience comes to their units, then go out and pass your unit. So the traffic close to your unit, which is passing your unit, grows every day. So, and the price of the unit grows every day. So it's very important that we don't want to keep this price, yes, because property rights, it's it's a very big responsibility. Yeah, that's why we use blockchain solution, and smart contracts you will use to manage your property. You can sell your property with a smart contract, or you can rent it out to companies who need this property, or people who need this property. So let's finish. So this is the scheme of our decentralized rendering. So we have now big partners, big brands, which are very interested in our platform. Some of them already have experience with our company. We created more than 27 luxury stores, and already have clients who made purchases on the platform. And the list of the companies who are waiting be listed to the platform now is very big, because we made a big roadshow all over the world. This is the main functionality of our token. So it's our internal currency. You can buy property only with our token. You can pay salary to your staff if you have an office, for example, in our platform. Miners can earn this token. So it's our internal currency, like $1, for example. Yeah. As you can see, as I told you before, this is our token allocation. Yes, we sell third part for the token sale. Almost other third part is frozen for 2 years for miners, and we have about 20% of tokens frozen forever in our transaction engine, which is supporting transaction engine. So they never go out to exchange or to some people, private people. They always will be in a transaction engine inside. So now is a second round of our token sale, and the bonus is about 20%. Our team is very transparent. Everyone is on the website. There's more than 40 people there. You can study some information. You can ask me. I'm here We have specialists from different industries, of course, from development, from mathematics, 3D, VR technologies, designers, marketing, and it's not all list of our advisors. It's all presentation. Sorry. Now our advisory board much more. Yeah. So and we have a very nice advisors who helps us a lot in VR community and also of course in crypto community to promote the platform and attract friends. So feel free to contact me. I'm here and I'm ready to answer any of your questions. Thank you for your attention. Come to us and try on. Yeah, thank you.
네, 질문 2개 정도 받고 휴식 갖도록 하겠습니다.
잘 들었습니다. 우선 제가 지금 드릴 말씀은 제 순전히 개인적인 의견이라고 좀 봐주시면 좋겠는데요. 단순히 AR이나 VR이나 뭐 MR이나 3D나 이런 기술을 블록체인하고 결합했다 해서 이게 뭐 새로운 플랫폼이나 새로운 비즈니스 모델로 오기 조금 어려운 것 같아요. 이건 분명히 제 개인적인 생각인데 라쿠텐은 2015년부터 비트코인으로 결제를 하고 있습니다. 그렇다고 해서 라쿠텐 플랫폼은 저희가 블록체인 기술을 결합한 새로운 플랫폼이라고 얘기하지 않아요. 그리고 새로운 비즈니스 모델이라고 하지 않거든요. 근데 지금 봤을 때 MR이나 뭐 VR이나 3D를 결합해서 지금 블록체인을 결합했다고 하는데 글쎄요, 이게 새로운 플랫폼인가라는 좀 의문이 저는 들거든요. 좀 섹시한 모델이 없고 비즈니스 모델 자체가 그냥 단순한 기술 2가지를 결합했다고 좀 보여지거든요. 예를 들어서 라쿠텐 아까 예를 들었는데 라쿠텐이 아닌 오픈바자르라고 혹시 들어보셨는지 모르겠는데 오픈바자르는 이커머스 플랫폼에서 전 세계에서 최초로 블록체인 기술 100%를 사용해서 이커머스 플랫폼을 만들었습니다. 그렇게 봤을 때 이건 새로운 플랫폼이고 새로운 비즈니스 모델이고 새로운 블록체인 플랫폼이라고 보여지거든요. 예, 이상입니다.
Yeah. So the question is that this business model is not you. You are absolutely right. The first, so this is the virtual world, yes, with which is trying to resemble real life, and there were a lot of attempts to do such world. But maybe the most well known is Second Life. It's like a game, but not a game. Yes, where you can also open an office or shop. I think this example is is better to give this example. I think yes. So Second Life. About this bazaar, I never heard. I'm sorry. Maybe it's popular here in Asia, especially, but in Europe, in the United States, I never heard about this project. But maybe it's my fault. I was sitting and developing for too long in the office. I can tell you one thing. Yes, the idea is not new, but the technologies that we use and the way how we distribute this technology and distribute this idea is absolutely different. No one before created a very easy instrument for everyone to create 3D and VR content. If you tell me instrument or platform where everyone can create something in 3D and VR, okay, I don't know. Yeah, and we did it. So you can spend maybe $50, $100 and receive your beautiful website in 3D VR compatible. Yeah, link it with your own domain. If you go to a professional developer to build something like this, you spend more than a year and hundreds of thousands of dollars, for sure. So this is a business model is not new, but the way how we distribute this idea is absolutely different. Yeah, so we call it new generation internet, another type of internet. So we need to go deep to understand that I'm sure that we have much more possibilities to grow up fast. I know it because I see the interest from the big brands, from the big companies. Today we were in Adidas group here, and they already have the VR store. They sell in, you have here in South Korea. They showed me. Yeah, it's beautiful, but it's absolutely different. They make panoramas every day. Every time they need to make new panorama. They cannot make merchandising, so everything is rendered. Yes, they make panorama 360, upload, and if some items go out from the shelf, so they run out of some goods, they need to make new panorama. Yes, but with our platform, you can manage it very, very fast and very easy. Yes, so solutions that we give are new. Yeah, we analyze all projects which were trying to resemble real life and real economics. So we can discuss it also here after.
먼저 이 워크스페이스가 지금 개발이 어느 정도 진행돼서 상용화 수준인지 일단 궁금하고요. 그리고 POW, 그러니까 책을 GPU로 한다고 인물에 나와 있는데 혹시 전용기 이런 걸 도입할 계획이 있는지. 왜냐하면은 이게 뭐 3D 렌더링 한다든지 VR을 하면은 상당한 이 GPU 파워가 필요할 것 같은데요. 이런 부분에 대한 어떤 로드맵이나 계획이 있는지 궁금합니다.
Yeah, very good question. So at first about numbers, economics, profit. Yes, I can tell you now that we put our money of our company, because we're developing more than 3 years with almost 4 years of development, and we spent more than $5 million already. Is not money from such any venture capitals of some funds. We spend our money, our founders of the platform, because we believe in this idea. Yes. The first prototype and the first commercial center, which was launched on this engine, was launched 1 year and a half ago. There were, as I said before, 27, I guess, luxury stores like Prada, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Armani, Versace, Stefano Ricci, such brands, luxury brands. And our idea was to understand if people will understand how to navigate, how to buy, if they catch an idea, if they like it or not. We collected the information, statistics. Yes, we studied the behavior of the people in this world, and our idea, our plan was to understand if this idea has a chance to be alive. We understand yes. So we sell every day something, but we didn't put too much in the marketing. Then we understand that it's very difficult to enlarge our platform and to expand markets, to attract more and more people, because we didn't have such virtual constructor before. So every time each brand, each company, they have to come to our office, sign contract with us, and we build for them. And this was a big problem because it's very difficult to enlarge our virtual world. And that's why we take more time, more than a year and a half, to build an easy constructor. So that's why I can tell you now that profit is nothing if we compare with how much we invest already. What is our interest? Of course, we will take some commission. All transactions in marketplace platform, which will be made in our token, will take some commission. And of course, we will sell property, we'll sell some services for our clients, customers, users, graphic design, some special packages. And the second question about mining. Yes, if you will study our white paper is also in Korean, and it's quite good translated in Korean. There is a special paragraphs about mining and about how we will build this technology, and there is a roadmap, and you will see our ideas about special ask machines for Markspace. We didn't think, because I'm not sure it's necessary, because we already have a very strong capacity of GPU miners. Yes, there is more than 2 million GPU cards now mining just Ethereum. And I think it's enough for us because the main capacity that we need is rendering capacity. So you can study in our white paper, and if you have any questions about mining, so there's a lot of information, it's technical information. Yeah, we have the plan, it's description, described rather well in a white paper about mining. Yeah. Thank you.
잠깐 두 번째 마지막 하나 더 받도록 하겠습니다.
I came late, so I didn't know if you already have mentioned about technology in terms of audio, 3D audio technology, because which is as important as real technology, I think, in this kind of platform, right? 3D audio technology. So what I'm wondering is if your company has your own technology about 3D audio rendering system, or if you just use open source like ambisonics from Wave, or like Dolby 3D audio technology module.
Yeah, I understand your question. We use, of course, existing technologies, of course, but we combine. Yeah. If you also open our white paper, you will understand that technologies that we use, which are existing, and maybe you will get an idea how we combine it. But because to run platform like this, now it's cross-platform, works everywhere, yeah? And one render, one position is 270 megabytes when it's just rendered. But in our platform it's 3 megabytes. So we have also our compression algorithm, very, very good. So there are a lot of technologies combined together. And the main thing is that you need to update always, because we use browsers, and browsers are updated always. And today it's working everywhere. And now, for example, we have a problem with iOS. Yes, they launched new version. Yes, and some things go wrong. Yeah, so we switched off maybe 2 weeks ago. Now we're fixing to understand what in Apple they did with their browser technology. Yes, so the idea is that yes, we using existing technologies. We have a lot of our own code, and the main thing that we combine in the right way to receive product that we have now. But maybe if you are a technical specialist, if you are interested, and I can link you with our CTO. It's his duty to answer such questions. Yeah, I'm business development, it's my duty. So, but a lot of things are in our white paper you can study, yeah, and contact us. Yeah. Yes. That's it. Thank you.
네, 정말로 두 번째 세션 되도록 하겠습니다. 저희 10분 정도 쉬고 다시 세 번째 세션 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 저희 뒤에 케이터링으로 쿠키랑 커피 또 물 준비해드렸고요. 또 저희가 슬라이드에 띄워놓을 거는 저희 발표자들께서 말씀하신 자료들을 저희가 업로드해서 올려놓았습니다. 그래서 오픈 채팅방 들어가는 방법 앞에 나와 있으니까 보셔서 참고하시면 될 것 같습니다.
근데 제가 퇴근하고 있어요.
고객 DNA로 Bit Rewards에서 발표해 주시도록 하겠습니다. 박수로 부탁드리겠습니다.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Alex, and I'm a CEO and the founder of Digital Rewards. And before I started this company, I worked in banks for more than 15 years, and I finished my banking career just 5 years ago as a vice president in charge of all the international operations for one of the major banks. And as a former financial guy, I like dealing with fintech, and I like applying various technologies to different businesses. That's why my company is creating the software for the online retail business. And BitReward is actually a blockchain spin-off from this successful company, which we've been doing for 5 years now. Yeah, there we go. And today I'd like to talk to you about some very crucial aspects of the online retail industry, which is customers' loyalty. And would like to discuss in more detail why is loyalty so important for the online stores, for the merchants, why they're spending so much time and money and effort building loyalty programs and running them, and why it's not always the good investment for them, and how blockchain can really turn this around and solve a lot of problems for the loyalty industry. And of course, how we as customers can benefit from that, how we can make money. Well, obviously, all of you here know at least several loyalty programs. Most likely, you participate in a few of them. Most of you, or I'm sure that probably even all of you, like 99% most likely, get the frequent flyer miles from different airlines. And you have like Korean Air, for instance. They have a pretty curious program, which is called Sky Pet, where even pets can earn some miles and bonuses for their flight, for traveling. You also receive the cashbacks when you're paying with your banking card in the stores from your banks. This is also a loyalty program. And also I outlined here several programs that are quite famous in the world. It's Starbucks Rewards. In America, you probably would hear a lot about Amazon Prime, about Walmart, 3-to-1 save. And there are a couple of Korean names as well. It's Coupang, G-Market, and OK Cashback, which is an open loop program where you can make the points. Open loop program is where you can earn the points in different online stores and also redeem them in different stores, online and offline. And what do all the loyalty programs have in common? Well, basically, they all give the program participants a chance to earn points, miles, bonuses, or other rewards or privileges with the merchant for the purchases. And a smart way to approaching the rewards would be for the merchant offering some big prize, big, expensive, and attractive prize. For instance, Binance, crypto exchange, gives Mercedes, real cars, to the most active traders. That's a pretty attractive price, actually. Do you know what Binance is? Does anybody trade like Binance? It's a crypto exchange, one of the biggest based out of Singapore. So when it's really like giving the Mercedes for trading for the biggest turnover, it's a wow. So they're achieving this wow effect. But in reality, their costs
could be quite reasonable for doing that because they are attracting a lot of traders. And the costs here, they're proportionally spread among all the traders and among all the program participants. So that's why it's pretty useful and can be very efficient. Also, the smart approach to the loyalty can be giving the store credits or some discounts or gift cards for the next purchases of the users. Or even to their family and friends, because that will help drive the traffic to the website, to the online store, and also increase revenue, of course, and drive the repeat sales. But why even bother? Why do the merchants need the loyalty program so badly? Well, do you know what Amazon.com's conversion rate among its Prime members is? It's actually a whopping 74%. So literally 3 people out of 4 who are coming to Amazon.com and who have the Prime member status, they would buy. It's an incredible number. And it's clear why, because big brands apply all the necessary solutions and techniques and loyalty programs to acquire, activate, and retain the users at the online stores. But in the case of the small and medium-sized businesses, when you come to their site, you don't know what you will get. And their product would be great, but usually the tools when they try to convert you into the buyer are poorly designed or just don't exist. And that reflects on the bottom line of the business. Small and medium-sized businesses have just barely more than 1% of conversion rate. So just one person out of 100 would buy something. And that's why they need the loyalty programs. And customers are also saying that loyalty programs are extremely useful. They will enter the loyalty programs in order to achieve some rewards. They will keep staying in them. And they will obviously quit if they will have the obstacles that are hampering them, preventing them from achieving the results, from getting the rewards. And let's consider how the loyalty programs can increase the business metrics of an online store. So actually, the loyalty programs are designed to increase the lifetime value of the customers for the business. And actually what we're getting here is we need to increase the profit of the business. What is a profitable business? It's actually very simple. It's a straightforward question. The business that extracts more profit from the customer than the cost that it spends on the production of the product and on the retention and acquisition of the customer. And the loyalty programs are designed to increase the lifetime value, but they also are reducing the acquisition costs. But it's not that straightforward, because loyalty programs are very hard to set up. They're very expensive to use and to maintain. So that's why if they don't bring the value up enough, then as a result you will get the loss. And another fundamental problem with a loyalty system is that fundamentally the users and merchants, they just have different motivations completely. So they are arch enemies, as I call it. Why are they enemies? Because we as users, we don't need loyalty at all. We don't care about the brands. What we care about is the value that we can extract from the brands. And is the reward that we can get. And actually, we will switch brands very easily. Besides, the internet. Sorry. Because in the internet, the competition is just one click away. So that's why the interest, and for the merchants as well, they need to be very protective to themselves. Because they want to receive maximum from their product and from every user that comes to their site. So that's why their fundamental principles are in this alignment. And we in BitRewards know how to make them friends again. Well, actually, because BitRewards is a platform, is a loyalty platform that online stores install on the top of their websites, and which allows them, the merchants, to reward their users for their purchases and for the purchases of their friends with cryptocurrency. So in essence, we allow for mining of cryptocurrency through purchases, and also through a lot of other configurable actions that can be shares and likes and other social actions. And product reviews, website feedback, video reviews, bug reports, and a lot of other actions that are valuable for the merchant can be rewarded with cryptocurrency. And what's in it for us, for the customers? Well, actually, just imagine a store that would reward you for your purchases, not with points, not with miles or bonuses, but with cryptocurrency. A real ERC20 token, which you can withdraw to a crypto wallet, exchange it for a Bitcoin or Ethereum, redeem it in this store or in any other store. It's a real liquid asset that actually, as well, tends to go up in price. So the value for the shoppers, the value for the customers is pretty clear. But what's in it for the merchants? That's a more interesting question. And that's what we're actually doing. Because the merchants are spending every year billions of dollars, a lot of money, on the software for conversion, attraction, activation, and retention of their users. And they need to do so just to stay in the business, in this very competitive, in this very tight retail environment. And we're making them an offer that they can't refuse. We provide to them our cutting-edge software, all the tools that we've been developing for 5 years now, and which we know that work, all the updates, all support, and everything free of charge. The only thing that they will need to pay for are actually the tokens with which they reward their users for their actions, for different configurable actions. And these actions are useful, so it's not the cost for them. They're just giving away some of the value that they've received from the users. So it's an extremely useful tool, which increases their revenue right away. On top of that, we're opening our platform for everyone. We provide a rich API so that any standalone developer or service provider can create the blockchain loyalty apps on the top of our platform, offer it to the online store, and make money. Also, the tremendous value for the community is that we're attracting the new people into crypto economy in big numbers. Because regularly, the shoppers, they don't know anything about cryptocurrency. And they don't want to know because the user experiences and the user interfaces are so poor that it's a joke in crypto community and just in crypto applications. And we're creating the crypto wallet for the shoppers automatically. And we're automatically also credited with a small amount of the cryptocurrency. And by that, we start educating them And we create the forward-looking demand, and we satisfy this demand right away with our own product. Here are a few technical details. Importantly, it should be possible to buy and sell our Bit Rewards token, which is called BIT, 24/7 in an open market at a real-time market price without any delay. And this can be done at the crypto exchange or using the liquidity smart contract created on the Bank Protocol technology. And the entire system is also connected using the technologies of Brady Network and Lightning Network to speed up the settlements of the transaction and to reduce their cost to almost zero. And one of the most crucial questions is there a market and what's at stake? Well, there are over 1 million online retailers now in the world that are struggling with this conversion, activation, and retention problem. And the numbers grow. Contrary to the popular belief, the global online sales currently come to only 7% of the total retail volume. Although it seems that as if everybody is around buying something online, it's no more than 10%. Korea is actually one of the first in the world by this indicator. In the United States, it's 7%. The share of e-commerce, the relation to the entire retail business. And in Korea, it's 10%. But it's still a very low number. But the online commerce, for the first time, topped $1 trillion in 2012. And since then, it's the only $1 trillion industry, growing at double-digit percentages each year, and still having a lot of runway for growth. So when we think about our addressable market, we're looking at the amount of money that these million businesses spend online each year on different conversion, loyalty, and referral programs, and that's at least $20 billion. On top of that, there are more than 50 billion issued in different miles, points, bonuses, and other rewards. So the market is there, and the market is pretty big. And besides those points that are issued, the majority of them just expires worthless, totally. So it's a breakage that most of it is never get used. So just the users who receive it, they get frustrated, they get upset because they are losing something that they received. And you know that feeling. And we know this market very well because we've all been working together in Gifted for more than 5 years now. And Gifted is the parent company of Bit Rewards, which creates the rewards and loyalty apps for the online commerce. We have more than 500 customers' online stores. And we boast one of the strongest, if not the strongest teams that works on the blockchain for the retail industry. It's our CTO, who's a brilliant coder, a champion in competitive programming, a leading developer for one of the biggest Bitcoin mining pools from as far back as 2012. He's got tremendous experience in blockchain. Then it's our head of design, who's obviously doing a great job making our clients want to buy our product, but also with the total ability and power to turn around this bad UI, bad user experience, and bad user interfaces that are now the crypto world, the crypto trading world is in. Then it's also like our marketing guy who's got extensive experience and deep analytical mind. And our sales was based out of Palo Alto from the USA, and he's got tremendous experience. He was with Startup Grind, which is one of the famous conferences in San Francisco, in California. The entire team is more than 20 people, roughly half of whom are some of the strongest technical persons. We've got very strong advisory board who support us in the fields of international scaling, legal issues, and big data processing systems and marketing, who altogether they led more than 20 ICOs, some of them to tremendous success. I won't dwell for too long on the roadmap. Let me just say that we're already now working on the implementation of the feature of payments in the cryptocurrency into our fully functional, well-selling, currently loyalty program. So the token launch. So we've got 2 billion tokens are going to be created. No more tokens will ever be generated. 64% are going to be released in 2 stages. Our pre-sale is active now. We've launched the pre-sale 3 weeks ago, and it goes amazingly well. We've collected now more than $2 million from more than 2,000 backers. So it's all the retail market, and the buzz is pretty strong and supportive, and a lot of people do like us sincerely and help us a lot, which is pretty exciting. So now we have the pre-sale is active with pretty good bonuses for the early stage buyers. So if somebody's interested, please come up to me after the speech. We can talk about it in a little bit more detail. Now we have the waiting list of several dozens of the stores who want to buy our currency for an amount of several tens of thousands of dollars. And finally, why are we doing this and how are we going to make money? Well, our mission is to give all the tools that we're now selling to the merchants free of charge. This will allow us to expand our target audience by an order of magnitude. And Pitch Rewards will make the most of the money out of the growth of the value of the token. And that's our primary goal. Already now we have the projections that allow us to predict the signing up of at least 5,000 stores within 3 years. And that's a very conservative outlook because it's just 1/2 or 1% of the entire market. We've just done it deliberately, super conservative. And this will create a demand on our token in an amount of about $50 million a year, which will lead to the tokens going up by approximately 50 to 60 fold in a matter of these 3 years. And we've done this like mental exercise. What would have happened if you would have invested $150 every month starting 5 years back on the 1st of January of 2013. And it's actually like $150 is roughly 5% of the household expenditures of $3,000 a month, which is pretty common story in the United States and in the other parts of the world, and like I think in Korea it's also like kind of appropriate. So investing $150 a month for 5 years, starting in January 2013, would now have brought you $670,000 or 700 million Korean won. And so that's the chance that we're giving to the merchants and to the customers of the merchants who are part of our system. The rewards that they earned will not expire like the points of many other loyalty systems, but grow. Thank you. I'm ready to take the question.
네, 질문 2개 정도 들어보겠습니다.
네, 일단 우선 발표 잘 들었습니다. 제가 궁금한 건 2가지인데, 첫 번째로 궁금한 거는 왜 그 상품이 크립토커런시를 사용해야만 하는지 그게 궁금하거든요. 왜냐면은 어떤 그런 온라인 리테일러 상대로 그걸 하려는 것 같은데, 그러면은 그냥 그런 사람들을 모아서 그런 사람들한테 그냥 포인트 제도 같은 걸 마련하면 되는 것 같은데, 그게 왜 꼭 그 암호화폐여야 하는지 그게 궁금하고요. 그리고 두 번째로 궁금한 거는 예를 들어서 뭐 K캐시백이나 뭐 그런 걸 말씀하셨는데 온라인 리테일러 같은 경우에 한국 같은 경우에는 네이버라는 그런 어떤 엄청난 큰 비중을 차지하고 있는 그런 웹사이트를 운영하고 있는 회사에서 그런 리테일러들에게 모두 네이버 페이를 활용하면은 뭐 보상을 준다든지 하는 식으로 끌어들이고 있거든요. 그런 포인트 제도를 주고 있거든요. 그래서 비트리워드에서는 그런 경쟁을 이제 하게 될 텐데 그런 경쟁을 어떻게 뚫고 나가고 리테일러들한테 이 비트리워드를 사용하도록 설득할 수 있을지가 좀 궁금합니다.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. Wow, not too easy. Yeah, so you know the cryptocurrency is a very standard way of rewarding the purchasers, the users, for their actions. And it was actually their request that we would allow them to reward their users in currency, in simple currency. But cryptocurrency, in this way, is actually better than money because it tends to go up in price if constructed correctly. And what we're doing, we're also not saying that they cannot reward their users with points. And to the contrary, we're saying to them that these actions, for instance, social actions, they're rewarding with their points, with their internal points. But the real purchases and the purchases of their friends when they're driving the new traffic to the website will be rewarded with the real cryptocurrency, which is better than money in certain senses. So it's a combination because we're providing the tools for the e-commerce. And besides that, we're giving the platform, and the platform is open source, and it allows to find this ideal mixture of the cryptocurrency, which is totally liquid and universal, and the points that are used internally for the merchants. Also, the platform's feature is that the merchants can combine, like for instance, those who are selling the kids' clothes, they can combine in the chain and issue their own currency on the top of our platform. The system will be connected and linked with the nodes that are coming from our platform, but they will issue their own currency and sell it and reward their customers with that. So this is the answer to the first question. In relation to the second, I don't think that we're competing that much. Of course, there are some local limitations, but really, if the users would be given the possibility to mine the currency through their actions and their purchases at the online stores, they will take it. Again, I'm not saying that what these guys are doing, what this Korean local giant is doing. So they're probably doing the great product. But the market is huge, and still there's no outright winner here. And what we're thinking and what we're seeing, that blockchain for the loyalty and rewards industry, it will change like completely upside down what you're getting and what is there now. Because it's purely the asset distribution and assets remittances that the blockchain allows to do virtually at zero cost infrastructure. That's what we're getting from the blockchain here. I hope I answered your question.